Alrighty, so today we're going to do one of the videos that you guys have been asking for quite a bit, actually. It's going to be the switch hitters team build. Every single player is going to be switch hitter, every single position. Even the pitchers are switch hitters. And I even threw Pat Venditti, you know who I'm talking about, the switch pitcher. I threw him into the team as well. So everything about this team is switch hitter or switch pitcher involved. So I hope you guys do enjoy it. If you do, thumbs up down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoy the content, and as always guys, in the comment section let me know future videos you would like to see. If you missed yesterday's video, it's going to be on screen now, as also the link to it will be in the top corner here, and then all social media links are down in the description below. Go and give them a follow if you haven't yet. And above me is the roster that I used that keeps the username that creates all the rosters that I use. Like he's been up to date on all transactions. So what I did for this video was I just used this roster, and then I just moved all the switch hitters or the switch, like the pitchers that I wanted, onto a team. That's really all I did. But if you want a like up to date ratings and roster with all the offseason moves, this is the username that I've been using. So now let's hop into it. Let's get this switch hitters team build done. All right, so let's take a look at the team. For our starting pitchers, we got Lance Lynn, Derek Holland, Glenn Sparkman, Dylan Bundy, and Jake Kalish. As you can see, not the best of starting pitchers, pretty weak. Pitching as a whole is pretty weak. Not a lot of switch hitting pitchers as you would assume, but we also have Pat Neshek, Adam Ottavino, Drew Storen, Brian Shaw, JT Chargois, and then the main man, the switch pitcher, Pat Venditti. You know who he is, the switch pitcher, you should know it. And then Kenley Jansen's going to be our closer. So at least we have a good closer, and we have a decent ace with Lance Lynn. Outside of that, the bullpen's kind of meh. The pitching as a whole is kind of meh. For catchers, we got Yasmani Grandal and Tucker Barnhart. First base, Carlos Santana and also Josh Bell. Pretty good spot, like pretty good hitters for first base. Second base, we went with Ozzie Albies. Third base, we have Jose Ramirez, Eduardo Escobar, and Yohan Moncada. So some really good hitters in third base as well. Shortstop, Lindor and Polanco. We've actually got just really good hitters all across the team. The one position that is really weak for switch hitters is the outfield. Not a lot of good switch hitting outfielders. So we only have 3 in this team. It's going to be Brian Reynolds, Ketel Marte, and Aaron Hicks. There's other options that we could go with. Like I'll show you some of the other names like that I could have gone with for outfielders, but there's not too many good ones. There's like Grossman, Rosel Herrera, Abraham Almonte. So like right there, it's like, not that many good ones in right field. Center field, you got Billy Hamilton, who doesn't know how to hit a baseball. Danny Santana actually was a name that I really considered bringing in. It's just I wasn't sure who I would have dropped from the actual team that I had already constructed. So I was like, Danny Santana's a good one. But then when you look at the rest of them, like Ian Happ potentially is an okay one. And then left field, it looks pretty weak as well. So outfield, for the most part, pretty weak for the whole switch hitting aspect of the game. So pitching, this is what we're rocking with. Pretty subpar. I feel like that's going to really hold us back. But if you look at our team offensively, it's really good. And you're probably thinking, why do I have Ozzie Albies out versus righties? He just doesn't hit righties well. He's 100% in the lineup for lefties. I played a lot of matchups. So if they hit really good versus righties, I put him in the team. If they hit really good versus lefties, I put him in the team. So that's how I had this team worked out. Plus it'll help with the whole aspect of like morale and stuff. A lot of players are getting used in different lineups. So not every single player is just on the bench or starting. So like there's a good mix of on the bench and starting. So we're 5th ranked as a team. Pitching, we're 25th, but everything else we're pretty solid as a team. So I'm kind of interested to see how this plays out. Let's see how this switch hitting team build goes in a 1-season sim. Alrighty, so we're in September. I think we have the lead in the division. I think I've been kind of checking just to kind of see how things are going from time to time. And we actually did win the division 93-69. So nice, pretty good season. So let's take a look at the leaders. Marte had the most runs, Ketel Marte. And then when we take a look at the awards, we had a gold glove. Nothing else. But for the division, we won the game, or we won it by 8 games. We're ranked 6th. Pitching has gotten worse, but I feel like we've moved up in speed and defense. because I feel like one of those categories we were like outside the top 10 and now we're inside the top 10. So let's take a look at team rankings, see where we ranked. Batting average, we were first. At bats, not worried about runs, we were first by quite a bit actually. Hits, we were first. Doubles, we were first. Triples, we were fifth. Okay. And then home runs, we were second. Just missed out on that 300 spot. Runs batted in, we were the highest. Stolen bases, 18th, which isn't bad. Wasn't expecting that. Slugging percentage, we were up there. We had the most strikeouts as well. So the good and the bad definitely has some good things and bad things. So let's take a look at pitching. Pitching as a whole for our starting rotation, Dylan Bundy was the best pitcher that we had. Really? Huh. Okay, interesting. And then when you look at the bullpen, switch pitcher having a solid season. Pat Neshek was good. Ottavino, not that great, so I might move Neshek into that setup role. And then Kenley Jansen, not too shabby. 44 saves, 3 blown. I'll take that, especially since for the most part pitching as a whole was atrocious, was really bad. On the bench, kind of like splitting time at second base, we have Ozzy Albies. You can see he only played 77 games, but had himself a great season. I'll compare him to Jorge Polanco, who was our other second baseman, which you can see in his like limited time he did very well. So it's kind of whoever we picked would have done really well. Carlos Santana did well. Eduardo Escobar was okay, and then Tucker Barnhart was pretty bad. So Ketel Marte had a great year, 46 home runs, almost a 300 average. Lindor, 36 home runs, 97 RBIs, only hit 260, but still a pretty good season. Jorge Polanco was very good. Aaron Hicks was actually pretty solid. I wasn't expecting that from him, and he actually did pretty well. Yoel Moncada did well. Yasmani Grandal for once did well. I think this is the first time in a while I've actually seen him hit above like 220 in a franchise. He also had 24 home runs. Jose Ramirez hit 290 with 84 RBIs, 23 home runs, extra base hits, 33 doubles, and 5 triples. I will take that for sure. Josh Bell had a great season, 30 home runs, and 113 games. That's pretty good. And 400 at bats, 30 home runs, and 22 doubles. Oh yeah, that's a good season. And then Brian Reynolds wasn't too bad either. So I'm really not too sure who I would drop out of this lineup if I really wanted to add Ozzy Albies to the team. I'm not too sure I really would want to drop anybody. So here we go, postseason time against the Astros. Definitely a tough matchup, and we're facing elimination already. So playoff pictures on the screen. If we were to beat the Astros, I feel like we'd be in a good spot to go to the World Series, because like Oakland or the Red Sox, I feel like we could beat them. It's just we can't lose this game against the Astros, and we have Derek Holland on the mound, so not the best of situations to be in. I'm actually going to throw Glenn Sparkman out there. Call me crazy, but I feel like that might be a better scenario, and we're already down 1-0, so not the best, but you know what, we'll get back into it. 2-0. We have the offense to do it. Just like that, we're back in the game, and it's like we have to have the mentality that we really need to just outscore the opponent. Like, yeah, we're going to allow runs, but we're also going to score a crazy amount of runs too. As I say, that 5-2 ball game, and things are looking pretty solid. So Sparkman, just get me through the fourth. All right, you're not even going to get me through the fourth. Can the switch pitcher do it? He does. Perfect. Marte probably should have tried to do a sac fly or something there, see if we can get that extra run, but 2 innings out of Pat Venditti. I always mess up his name. You know who I'm talking about. He gets us 3 shutout innings. Who would have thought that a 62 rated switch pitcher would have been able to do that? I'm going to take him out before things get a little bit too hectic. Things get out of hand. So 7th inning, we still have that 2-run lead. We really need another run. Perfect. 7-2 ball game, and that was exactly what we needed. Josh Bell brings in 1. Let's try to bring in another one. He doesn't. That's unfortunate, but you know what? Heading into the 8th, I'm feeling pretty comfortable. We still have to win 2 more games though, so we'll see how that goes. We're just gonna bring in Pat Neshek to close the door. Perfect. At least we didn't get swept, which is a good thing, but we still have 3 more games to go. Not the best of situations. So let's go with Lance Lynn, even though he got absolutely rocked. 3 2/3 inning, ERA at 14.73 and a whip at 2.45. And that's not a good start either. 2-run lead. 3-run lead. So I think, you know, if we don't score by like the 4th, I think we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble. Lanceland's done after 3. It's already 5-0, and yikes. What do we do here? Our bullpen is just absolutely dead. JT Sharkwa made it a little interesting, but at least he got out of it. And come on, let's at least score. I don't think we're gonna score. Like, what happened to that high-powered offense that I was talking about? That we're gonna allow some runs, but we're also gonna score some runs. So heading into the 7th, Brian Shaw's coming in. Okay, at least we scored. We didn't get shut out, so that's a good thing. All right, so maybe a little bit of a comeback in the works here. Just don't allow a run. 3-run home run. Yikes. Oh man. So all that work we just put into it, it's gone. Like, I don't think we're coming back from this one. We're gonna bring out Shaw. We're gonna go Nishek, and it all comes down to this. We got some work to do. Some work to do. 8-2. There's one out. There's a single, so I'll take that. 1-run scores. 8-3. 8-4. Oh man, come on, Moncada, keep it alive. Runner was thrown out. I think 1 run did score, so 8-5, and just came a little bit short. That home run at the end, that 3-run home run at the end, that's what it was. Oh man, it was 8-5. Really, that's tough. So unfortunately, we're not going to do anything more, and it really was the pitching that really killed us. I mean, Lance Lynn, almost a 15 ERA. Bundy, Derek Holland didn't pitch. Glenn Sparkman was atrocious, and like the bullpen had a lot of work to do, so I'm surprised like it wasn't as bad as it actually was. It really was just the starting pitching. The starting pitching was atrocious. Ketel Marte hit 529, Lindor 125, Polanco 176, Hicks 118. So yeah, like half our lineup hit 100 in the postseason, which is not something you want to see at all, which is really disappointing. So between disappointing at bats and just some bad pitching in the postseason, that's why we didn't win it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the switch hitting team build. It finally came to the channel. You guys have been asking for it for quite some time. So here it is. Even the pitchers were switch hitters. I went full out on this one, and I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content. Make sure you hit that little bell icon to be notified whenever a video does go live. And in the comment section, let me know future videos you would like to see. All social media links down in the description. Go give them a follow if you haven't already. And then that's really about it, guys. On screen are going to be 2 videos, my most recent, and also one that YouTube recommends you check out. If you've missed either of them, go and give them a watch. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.